Hi, I'm Eric Egley, and I'm here at Westcott's headquarters, and I'm really excited today because we're going to take a look at the Zeppelin. It's a brand new modifier from Westcott, and it is a true parabolic modifier. Very efficient with the light. But before we get into the lighting and the quality of the light, let's take a look at some of the characteristics of this particular box. This mounting system is just awesome because it is heavy duty. It'll take any light head that accepts a speed ring. It has two different knobs here that really tighten it down. The light stays exactly where you position it. And that is awesome, especially if you got it on a boom or high on a stand, it's not gonna move. So I like versatility whenever I use a modifier. This particular modifier we can use several different ways. We have an internal baffle, the front panel, and if you look at the panels on this, on the outside, skin here, they're very taut, they're very tight, which means they're going to reflect the light exactly where you want it to go, and that's straight out. What we have here is, I have the internal baffle and the front panel on there. Now, the nice thing about this Parabolic and the Zeppelin is you can use it many different ways. It's very versatile, and I will definitely have this in my bag because of that fact. And the nice thing about it too, I don't know if you can see this, but even with those diffusion panels on there, we have a very heavy fall off, and you can see it. It's sort of a minor transition here, but it's still much tighter than a standard softbox. Okay, so you're going to get a very tight circle of light, and that's always what I look at is the projected pattern of any light box or modifier that I use. I start there. I look at what the projected pattern is, and then I determine exactly what effect I want on my talent. And you can see it's acting as a standard softbox. Okay, very nice soft light, but we see that transition and the fall off, the diminishment of light as you travel down the body. So all of our light is focused right on her face. And you can see it in the shadows here, very nice transitions, very soft, very gradual. And you can see the highlights are very spread out, very diffused. So what we have here, I've taken off the front diffusion panel, and we're getting a little bit harder edge light. Still soft because we have that inner diffusion panel, but you can see, and turn your head just a little bit, Alexis. You can see the shadows are starting to tighten up a little bit. You get a little tighter transition between the shadow on the cheek and the chin line. And you can see that it's a little crisper light. Okay, you're getting a little more of the reflections and the skin tones. So you're getting tighter, you're getting better color saturation, okay, and you're getting more texture. So you can see that really nice. We're getting a little darker shadows under the chin that really helps define the face as well. We have a Skylux mounted on the inside of the Zeppelin at this point. So what I've done is I've taken it off the speed ring, and we're mounting it on the inside of the Parabolic or the Zeppelin and projecting it into the back. Now this is the way you really want to use a parabolic. If you look at parabolic reflectors, it's a very scientific, very mathematic thing. There is a point within that parabola that you get maximum projection from your light source, okay? So you can find that very easily by taking your light and moving it in and out to see exactly what that focus is of your light source. And if we take a look at this, you can see on the wall, just keep an eye on the wall. The further away from it I get, the wider the light source gets. Closer in, you start getting a very tight pattern, okay? And you can see that it is very tight on the edge. There's almost no fall off whatsoever. So you can put this light exactly where you want it. Now you can see, especially behind us and on the wall here, very, very tight. It's a very focused beam of light, very focused pattern, okay? So you can control exactly where it goes. And you can see from this area, right in her face, as it travels down the body, you can see a very definitive line where it cuts off. The fall off is very tight fall off. And if you look at her face here now, you can see that we have some really nice specularity. Those highlights in the face, I like getting that T-zone, forehead, nose, chin, cheeks, okay? That gives us depth in our images. And it's really nice. And it's actually a lot softer than I'd like it at this point because we have this light so close to her. I usually back this light off a good 10 feet, and then we get some really nice hard edge shadows, a little harder than normal, and then we get that nice texture and that nice color. And you can see right now we're getting real heavy shadow, but we're still getting the nice transition in there, okay? It's still a nice transition in the shadow areas. Getting a little heavier shadow on the cheeks, and of course down below the chin line, it is, the transition is very tight as compared to the other two versions that we took a look at. Looks really nice, nice catch light in the eyes, brings the pupils up, brings the whites of the eyes up real nice. It's just a beautiful, beautiful light if you're shooting beauty, fashion, even for portraits. It gives you that fashion-y type look. The Zeppelin is one of those light modifiers that I'm going to have in my bag all the time. I don't care where I go. It gives me the versatility of light quality. It gives me the ability to change up that light quality quickly. And it comes in 3 different sizes, a 35-inch, a 47-inch, and of course my favorite, the 59-inch. It's a great light source. Whatever one you choose, make sure that you try it out with all the different patterns that I showed you, with the inner diffusion, with both the inner diffusion and front panel, and of course with the light source projecting into the back, which of course is my favorite. Experiment, and it is going to give you just a beautiful quality of light that you simply can't get in any other modifier.